Starting out a new vlog here with my boy Adam, going to watch nearly naked men rub against each other.
98% naked.
98% naked. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can see us on Peacock later from the fourth row in Prescott. Watching dudes. Halloween. I don't know anything about wrestling, but here for the ride. Good times. And the dudes, I guess. Fun. Alright, excuse my voice as I think I'm getting sick. Started feeling a little bad last night and it's continued on into the morning with some sinus stuff. But had a great weekend. Had fun with Adam in Prescott. He had an extra ticket for this wrestling event. He's obsessed with wrestling, and it was up in Prescott, and I went along for the ride, and it was super fun. And then we ended up being on the live streaming event on Peacock. You can see us for the first 3 matches pretty much the entire time, sitting in the audience, which is funny. And met up with Amy's dad and stepmom yesterday. They came over on their way to Palm Springs, had lunch, and nice day. Watched Weapons with Amy. I make her watch a scary movie every year. I creeped her out with that one. So today I got something in the mail that I'm really excited about. Unfortunately, I will have to wait to use it, of course, but I'm still super stoked because I've been wanting these for years just to try them. People that use them swear by them. In 2019, I went legally blind in my left eye, and I had been just riding clipless forever, and I switched to flats, and I really didn't like it. Then I switched to MagPed pedals, and I really loved those as a great between. I like the clip-in engagement feel that they have, but the platforms just are not very big. So this is something I've kind of been interested in a long time, and I've seen them on YouTube for years, and like I said, everybody that uses them swears by them. So they were pricey, but I've had an alert set up for years on eBay for them to come up. Now they are sized too, so it's even harder to find an XL. And last week, an XL popped up on YouTube. God, why do I keep saying YouTube? On eBay, super cheap. And I snatched them up. So what these are is the Catalyst XL pedals. Now look how big that is compared to my hand. Crazy. They are run by a guy who's a barefoot shoe enthusiast. I've been learning lately, which is even cooler. And he has an interesting theory that your arch should be over the spindle and not the ball of your foot. And then it helps engage your hips more, makes your hips stronger, gives you more power, etc., etc. And you just have a massive platform and a lot of support. So I wear a size 14. And that takes up about half the shoe, which is crazy. So I'd assume my arch sits somewhere around there. Now they say you can ride them like this, but that seems kind of weird. So they said you go like this and it goes over the arch, and you move your seat forward a hair, your seat post down a hair, and you have a little different riding style. And like I said, everybody loves them. So really cool. Got them for less than 50% what they sell for new, which is rad. So super excited to try those in a month and a half or so when I get back on the bike. I did talk to my physical therapist a bunch last week, and he said I could have my hernia surgery whenever I want and just pause PT. So I'm hoping to get that like in a few weeks. I called Thursday, left a message for the scheduler. Haven't heard back. It's Monday afternoon now. But I'm going to call them again, hopefully get in there, and then hopefully, I almost feel like I could ride, but I know it's a bad idea. I know I don't have the strength, and I'm not going to touch a bike until I get this surgery over and done with. So yeah, Catalyst pedal, Pedaling Innovations XL, really cool. I've wanted to try them for years. Now I'm gonna. Well, had a change to my day. Just had a kind of normal day. Went to PT, feeling a little under the weather, so I wasn't doing too much work. And I called my surgeon last week after my physical therapist told me I could get the surgery whenever I want. The scheduler never called me back, so I called in today. It's been almost a week, and told them that I was trying to get in there. You know, I want to get this done before the end of the year at least, if not sooner. And they said, well, you have to see him again before we can schedule the surgery. Okay. And she said, you can either come in 45 minutes, it's a half-hour drive, or you can come December 2nd. Jeez, man. You know, it's October 28th today. So I took her up on it, and I'm rushing over there now. It kind of sucks because this doctor's a real stickler about my weight, and I think this morning I was the exact same weight as I was when I went in July. So I haven't lost anything, but I've maintained, and I'm on nerve blockers, which really back me up. So it's been not easy to lose weight, and I'm not real active right now. You know, all my exercising is strength related stuff. So we'll see what he says, and then I'll check back in. I was gonna go do all these errands tonight, but I may do them on the way home. I've gotta get prepped for Halloween, etc. So check in with you soon. So I had some success, and we have scheduled the surgery for December 8th. I was hoping to do it middle of November, but all he had was Thanksgiving week, and Amy's family's going to be in town, so that probably would not be good if I had had a surgery that week. And he gave me some grief for my weight fluctuating since I was on the Lyrica and had my accident. But, you know, I think I was 2 pounds off what I weighed in last time. But he was able to look at like what I weighed in last month at the liver center and blah, blah, blah. So he wants me to continue to lose, which is fine. I've been continuing to lose, but my water weight fluctuates. It's just kind of is what it is. So the thing is if I don't go back up after the surgery, I'll be good. So I can just cut right after, and then just never go back up above that again. And then keep cutting, and then I won't have to worry. Cool, right? So yeah, I have to weigh in with him one more time, December 2nd, and then the next week we'll do the surgery, and I know I'm gonna be fine to do it. So that's good news. I'm gonna go run a bunch of errands. I'm gonna get Halloween candy, go to the post office, all that jazz, and move on with the night. Catch up with you later. Last minute today, Todd hit me up and said, do you want to go to Strung Out Murphy's Law and Agnostic Front? And I hadn't planned on it because I haven't been feeling well, but who am I to say no and not get out of the house and see those bands? And had some good times, hung out with some good friends and met some new people, and I'm not bummed that I went. Always good to see Agnostic Front too. I'm a huge longtime fan of them, so glad I left the house. Went out for Ethiopian food with Fiverson, Andrew, and Todd tonight. good times had by all, and lots of funny stories. We all will probably be hitting the bathroom pretty hard with all the lentils and beets and stuff that we ate. So tomorrow's Halloween. Might be a rough morning. We'll see how it goes, but food was delicious. It's Halloween! We love Halloween, and it's our junk food night, and trick-or-treaters, and Danny and Goldie and Kirsten come over. Love it. You're a little minion in this year, huh? So you're as evil as usual or more evil?
Put your goggles on.
Yeah, put the goggles on. Nice. Looking good. Can you see better with it? And you're picking your nose? Oh, Goldie. So silly. We had a good night tonight, and I just closed everything up, turned off all the lights out front so nobody would come knocking and freak Ray out. And all of a sudden I get a ring notice that there's someone at the front door, and it was kind of creepy because it's 10:30 at night now, almost 11, and I couldn't see anyone on the ring camera, so kind of freaked me out. Got up, strapped up, looked outside, nothing there. Went back, looked closer at the ring video. There's a gecko crawling right next to the camera. Too funny. So I'll put the video here and you can laugh along with me. Happy Halloween. We're out at Hawes. I'm finally back out doing it with Ryan. It's kind of warm, and I chose a trail that I thought would be easy, and it's a little harder than I thought. But we're still having fun. We're almost done. I can't reach my visor mount, but just holding it here by hand. Just had a fun time hiking with Ryan. We went out to Hawes and did a few miles, and I get real depressed when I can't ride my bike and I don't get too into outdoor activities. Biking is my outdoor activity besides camping. I do like hiking, but not nearly as much, and it's a lot harder for me to get motivated to do. But he instigated it, so I'm really glad he did, and we went out and had a good time. My body is super sore just from a few miles because I've only been, walking the neighborhood. So it was good to stretch the old legs. All right, I just left the ortho doctor, and it seems that I have frozen shoulder. They didn't really like how stiff my arm was when I tried to raise it up. So, good news is that they're going to tell the physical therapist to get more aggressive, which it will probably suck. But Friday, I'm coming back here, and they're going to have me see another specialist there who will then do a hydrodilation in my shoulder. And what they do is inject into the capsule around the shoulder, and it sprays saline in there to inflate the capsule to make it not stiff, because I guess it shrinks down when you're immobilized for several months. And it will expand that, loosen up my shoulder, and also it will inject steroids in there to take away the pain and the stiffness and inflammation. So I come to see him Friday, and they said he might do it that day. So that would be great. Real excited about that. Not excited about more aggressive PT, but whatever helps, So that's good news, I think. I didn't realize that I was not having quite the progress that they wanted to see until I saw them today, because physical therapists said I'm making pretty good progress. But I have noticed kind of that when I raise it up, it's kind of stopping in the same spot. So it's getting stronger, but the range of motion, I guess, hasn't increased the way they would like it to be at the 3 month and 2 weeks point. So since they told me originally it would probably take 3 months of PT, I'm not bummed where it's at, but that'll be cool if they do that and it speeds it up. And then right after my hernia surgery, I can start riding my bike again and do some easy rides into January, and then hopefully work myself back to normal. Did that hike the other day, and man, I'm still sore. So I need to get out and keep hiking again, and maybe pick some trails that don't have as many ruts on them as we did, so we're not straddling them the whole time. But good news overall, and I'll probably check in with you one more time before we wrap this bi-monthly vlog up. So it's Thursday. Went to the pain management doctor yesterday, and they decided to pull me off the nerve blockers, which I'm all for. It's given me some side effects that aren't really desired. Today, though, I went and I told my physical therapist that they were going to do the hydrodilatation possibly tomorrow, and they gave orders for him to get more aggressive with me. So it was a rough session today. He stretched me real hard, just getting my arm all the way up, behind my head, and it was brutal. And then he had me do stuff with some weights that was pretty tough, and no nerve blockers for the first day today. So I'm a little sore, and reading up on this procedure that I may end up having tomorrow, it looks like you can get a little sore from that also. So it might be a Tylenol type of weekend. We'll see if they even do it tomorrow. I go in early tomorrow morning, and we'll see what happens then. So I'm going to wrap up this vlog and call it here, and we'll start a new one probably after my session tomorrow to see if I got the injection or not. And I'll try and keep everyone posted. Hope you have a good one.